Okay. The time is 6:06. I'd like to officially call the Community Redevelopment Agency here at the City of Opa-locka meeting to order. Can we take a roll call, please?
Board Member Santiago, Board Member Irving,
Here.
Board Member Bass,
Here.
Vice Chair Williams.
Present.
We have quorum.
Thank you so much. I'd like to call for a moment of silence. Thank you. So with that, I'd like to just check in. Are there any add-on? Oh, Pledge of Allegiance. Yes. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Are there any add-on items today?
No, ma'am. And if you'll give us a second, I apologize for not having the binder collated properly. We're gonna read out for you the numbers of the items so that you're not fumbling around looking for the next item. So for item number one starts on page 9 and it goes to page 20. That's item number 1.
Sounds good. Should I open it up for public comments first?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to open the floor for public comments. Are there any comments online? None online? I'm going to keep the floor open for just a moment longer if anyone wants to make public comments. Okay, with that, we will close public comments. So we'd like to go ahead and move to the first resolution.
Yes, ma'am. The first resolution, a resolution of the Opa-locka Community Redevelopment Agency expressing general support for the Opa-locka City Place redevelopment application as a proposed public-private partnership pursuant to section 2-361 of the City of Opa-locka Code of Ordinances, directing staff to conduct further review and investigation, require further OCR board action prior to any execution of any agreements associated with the development and providing for an effective date.
I'd like to make, do we want to make a motion to hear this?
Move it.
Okay.
Second.
I
Move
think
this.
I have a problem with my microphone.
Let's press the button.
We can hear
We
you.
hear you.
Yep.
But yeah,
No, this is
Yep.
not on. It's not on.
all right.
It's not on.
It's,
You may
yeah,
want-
it's
Well,
not
I
be
was gonna
live.
say, do you guys want to move over
Yeah, you
here?
move over there.
Yeah, both of you move over
Yeah,
here.
let's be more comfortable. I don't think that didn't work. I had to be in the recording. Thank you.
Um,
Can I see you there next to the note? Okay.
Do we want to discuss item number 1?
yes, ma'am. So item number 1 is it's a vote for your support for a public-private partnership application that was submitted to the city back on February 19th. The city had 30 days to review that application and get back to the developer on their preliminary either approval or denial of the application. The city has reviewed the initial application and has indicated to the developer that they are willing to move forward both at the CRA level and the city level for further evaluation of the detailed proposal. So in this case, the ordinance requires the ordinance that the city pass for public-private partnership. The ordinance requires that the developer submit now a $20,000 check. And then the city will now have another 60 days, I believe, to go into detailed review before we start coming up with any agreements. However, we thought, the manager and I both thought that it was important for the developers and for the staff to know kind of where our boards feel after. And I know you only reviewed the application because there's some issues around the public records of the proposal. But the proposal is a $500 million development project in the downtown Opa-locka area that would include 900 units in the Opa-locka downtown area. It's a basic with retail shops, office space as well. That's an overview. But you have the application attached. So all we're asking for you today, and the developer would have been here, but there was a confusion on the meeting that was canceled and the meeting that was proposed. This is a symbolic vote. Doesn't mean anything other than you're saying, okay, move to the next step. We want to move to the next step. And basically our part in this, as a CRA board, is we will be negotiating putting our properties that we recently purchased, including the pink flea market shop across the street, and also the church with the daycare center. We would be putting that as a part of this public-private partnership. And so that is our role in this project. And so we would ask for your vote of approval to move to the next step so that we can move this project along. We also had a meeting with our attorney's office this morning. We will be submitting in the Miami Herald a notice that we are looking at disposing of the two properties downtown. That is required by state law and by your ordinance. And so we will be doing that within the next 2 weeks. That will give anybody in the public a reasonable opportunity to submit an application to compete with this application. So we're not just saying, here it is, this is yours. We're now gonna send out an advertisement in the newspaper to say, listen, we've received this proposal. We are interested in this proposal. We are interested in disposing of our property and making something happen in downtown development. Is there anybody else that would like to submit? And we would have to do that. And so we're starting to work on that. In the meantime, on a parallel track, we will be working with the city on the more detailed review of their proposal. But initially, we'd ask for you to support this so that we have something from our board to say that we're interested in this project.
Madam Vice Chair? I just have a quick question.
Yes.
The two properties you mentioned, that will be a part of the partnership?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Vice Mayor, Chair.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Walker. This resolution, we're talking about the developments company that they like to come here and be partner with the city or and CRA
And the
And-
state.
and the state. No, that's good to know. Okay, now, in the past week, have complaints about, a company that they're really interested to come to the city, but they found too many points, okay, that they make the operation or the applications that they have to do sometimes impossible when time and everything. And I take the opportunity to say that I'm gonna be attending to this situation, because if we want to see some changes as soon as we can here in the city with this progress that your department bring to us. This is the first time in all this year that I see a CRA department working like the way it's supposed to work. And I can see a lot of projects that you already done that is done by the right way and made the city look more better all over. But this complaint come from people that they try to do the things like the way that we asking, but we asking for too much sometimes. I know that we have to go by a lot of regulation that we have and process, but we have to look the way to make possible and a little more flexible to deal with this company that they want to really bring the opportunity to make the city grow. I love that project, the 800 800 and something unit in downtown and other projects that we have. I love to see the city in 2, 3, 4 years like that, as soon as we can. Now, what did you talking before about the $2,000, the $20,000 a fee?
Yes. Yes.
What does that mean? I think that we have in the past a discussion about that, and we bring a resolution about this type of fee.
Yes. So the board, the city commission in October of 25, I
Aye.
believe, passed the ordinance called the P3 ordinance, public-private partnership ordinance. It's the first time it's been passed, and this is the first project to go through the tests. In that ordinance that you passed, the initial fee, and I think you revisited it recently and made some modification, but the original fee for the initial application was $5,000. They submitted that $5,000 with the initial proposal. That proposal was reviewed by staff, and there's a committee of staff members. That proposal was reviewed by staff over a period of 30 days. After the 30-day period, staff sent the developer a letter saying, okay, we want to move to the next step.
Question before you keep it. Did we have any information about that process? The city doing it, and if they doing it on time, or they take longer to that, and make company to be, upset with that when that process.
No, I don't believe so.
No,
No.
I mean it's going okay when the time that we give in the 30 days.
Well, the 30 days is up, and we've responded within that time
We're
frame.
responding at,
Yeah, now we're in the point. Now we're in kind of the lag, let's say, where I believe the developer will be reaching out to the city to get some clarification soon on the letter that was sent. I believe that there needs to be some further discussion between the developer and the city on next steps. Okay, you said you approve it, but what are the details in terms of what you want us to provide from the developer's point of view for the $20,000 with the $20,000 check? And I think that conversation is going to happen very soon. But I would say that we being the city completed our requirements under the first phase, and now we're kind of in the middle of transitioning to the second phase of the more detailed proposal.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Board Member Urban.
Thank you. I'm learning. I'm about to be a contractor here in a minute. I'm learning. I haven't looked in details at everything. I know that years ago we have a property that the city kind of sold, and we did not do what I'm finding out is called a reverter clause, that if you don't do what you're supposed to do in a certain time, we take our property back. Will this project have a reverter clause, or it doesn't need one?
It will, especially our properties. For example, we had that meeting this morning with our attorney, and we were talking about timeline, and we're thinking 2 years, at least on our part,
Mm-hmm.
at least because we're going to move forward no matter what. So, and I told that to the developer, and I said it to the city. For our 2 parcels, for me sitting here, we will move forward no matter what. And that's why we're going to do our advertisement in the paper to dispose of our properties and all that stuff. Now, once we get to a development agreement that we have to bring back to you, a part of that agreement will have a reverter clause that says that you have, and we were talking this morning, 2 years. You have 2 years to get all of your work done, your planning, your permits, and breaking ground. And after 2 years, if this is not done, then the property reverts back to the city. And we also are discussing the different options that we had. And again, we're just in the beginning stages. We had the meeting this morning, but the different options, whether we do a ground lease where we never lose possession of the property, but we do the 50, 80-year ground lease, which is actually what was proposed in the initial proposal by the developer, or we just sell it outright. And there's some tax things that we need to look into. that affect the developer and the CRA, but all that discussion will come throughout when we do the development agreement. But yes, to answer your question simply, we're not giving the property back without a, I mean, the biggest issue, I think one of the properties that you may be referencing is the state property. I mean, the idea from what I've read, because the state property across the street, which is a major part of this proposal, that was a city-owned property, from my understanding.
Mhm.
And my understanding is that the city moved it to the state in order for the state to create some development opportunities in that space. And all the state did was move state offices in there. They
Correct.
didn't build housing. They didn't build stores for economic development or office space or grocery. They didn't do any of the things that what we should have had in a reverter, that if they didn't do that, it would come back to us. But we're going to take care of that now through this P3 process, because we have already been in contact with folks in this Tallahassee. They know that a development like this for downtown Opa-locka, would change the game here for the city financially, for the taxes that could be generated.
Yep.
They know that they haven't done what they're supposed to do on this huge piece of property back here, except for make it into a state office. So I think we have a listening ear in the governor's office right now.
Okay.
And that's another reason why we want to push this, because the governor's not going to be there too long, and we're going to have another governor that may, need to get caught up on where we are, where this governor, we know because we've been working with them for the past 8 years. That's why we're trying to push this and show that when we do go there, we have the resolution from the CRA board, we have the resolution from the city commission board, we have the advertisement in the Miami Herald that we're willing to dispose of this property. We're doing all those things to let them know we're serious about this. And we need you guys to be on board and be serious as well.
Okay, so thank you for that information, but I wasn't referencing that building, that property. I'm referencing the property on Golf Course Drive and 37 that's ill kept. We sold that property. Anyway, they take very poor care of it, and I wanted us to get it back, but we did not do a reverter clause in that particular agreement. So I have another question for you. It was on my mind, but I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to wait. But since you mentioned that about the agreement time and we may just outright sell it or whatever, if we don't outright sell it and we do a 50, 80-year lease, whichever, at that point, I think right now it's at a 60-40. I know you and I had a conversation. I've been interested. Is it going to be one of those 60-40 splits with the developer, or we haven't gotten that far into conversations?
We haven't gotten that far, but it will be a split. And that's why I think it's always better to stay in the game.
Okay.
Keep hold of your property. I will not, and that's why we were having this debate this morning. I'm not in favor of outright selling it, because we outright sell it, and then you know what? The developer doesn't do what they're supposed to do, like the state didn't do what they're supposed to do, and 10 years from now, we're still sitting and everything's looking the same. We want to be able to control the process so that if this guy doesn't work out, then the woman
Somebody
that's
else.
coming behind him has an opportunity as well, and we control that process.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. But we'll be informed as that time comes.
Every step of the way. And right now, like I said, we had the meeting with our attorneys. We're starting to set up a timeline for when we need to get things done. But I would say you would give us at least 60 days to come back with a development agreement to you, and it will spell out all of the splits that you're talking about, the reverter clause that you're talking about. All of that will be in the development agreement. What we would be looking for, like, mixed housing, what's the income threshold we would be looking for. All that stuff will be spelled out in the development agreement.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Board Member Santiago.
Yeah, thank you, Vice Chair. You made clear a very good point, because I heard the other question that my colleague want to know about it, because you want to learn, but I want to learn something too. In this agreement for this resolution, you're talking about a company that they want to be a partnership with us.
Mhm.
This is totally different because I believe a partnership is me that they own the contract with us. That that they supposed to go by the contract and rules and regulation that we tell them to go.
Mhm.
Because we're not selling the land to them to do whatever they
No, sir.
know.
No.
Okay, it's me, it's something different. There, yes, we have to be very, careful and given the time limit.
Yep.
Okay, to they build or complete what we decide to do it with them.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I don't know the difference between partnership or selling the land by sale plus. That's what we call it, sale plus the city. That's different.
Surplus.
Yeah, sale plus. If you're selling something, you're selling to somebody. You don't put no restriction. They do whatever they want with that land.
Yeah.
At least you know that they have to build what we supposed to have in the city. That's the only thing that I want to be clear because this is totally different. This is a partnership. It's going to be a person that is going to be part of the negotiation of the city, and they have to come for whatever we asking to. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Manager, I have just one question. Well, yeah, just one question. So for clarity's sake, I understand that this is our board expressing general support to move forward. Can you outline for me the steps once we express our general support? What are the 2 or 3 or 5 things that happen once we have then expressed our support of this resolution?
So the next step is to get the city commission to do the same thing at the next possible meeting. That's on your level. That's what you need to do. From the staff point of view, we need to now receive a more detailed proposal. Financials, infrastructure. They're asking us for $15 million. Where's that going? What's that for? Some of the issues that were raised in the committee meeting with the city staff is, okay, you're talking about bringing 900 units to downtown Opa-locka. Where's the infrastructure for that? That's going to cost money. So we need to get into the details of that. What's that going to cost? What size sewer pipes you're going to need, water pipes, what type of, what do they call those stations?
Pump stations?
Lift stations, where do they need to be? More detailed proposal that the city will now, that's why the second check is a larger check. Because now the city, and the burden's not on us, it burdens on the consultant, the developer to pay for that. Now we need to go hire consultants to really dig deep into see if this proposal is even possible. And if it's possible, what's the real cost? What's the real cost breakdown of that? And I believe that process is 60 to 90 days that we have. And so once you pass this is just symbolic. Actually, in your ordinance, it doesn't require that you all do this. This is something that I asked, and the manager agreed that we should have this just so the developer has some idea before they write a check for $20,000 that we're actually considering it. And so now and I think they will feel comfortable. They will feel comfortable if you pass this to say, okay, we'll write the $20,000 check. Now, if you don't pass it, then they may say, okay, well, we're not writing a $20,000 check. We're going to walk away. And so in order for that not to happen, I would like for us to go to the second phase of your process, which is the more detailed look at their project, and they would have to give us more than what they gave us now. And I think we're going to have to hire planners, consultants, engineers to give us, real reports on what it will take for us to accommodate a project of this magnitude. And so that's the next step. And that process is going to take 60 to 90 days, I believe.
Got it. I appreciate that clarity and the timeline. Any other questions before we call for a vote? Okay, let's call for a vote.
Board Member Bass,
Yes.
Board Member Santiago,
Yes.
Board Member Irving,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams.
Yes,
Resolution has passed.
thank you.
Next item.
Yes, please.
Next item is a resolution of the Board of the Opa-locka Community Redevelopment Agency amending, approving, and adopting an amendment to the Opa-locka Community Redevelopment Agency's general operating and tax increment fund budget for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2025 to September 30th, 2026, reallocating funds from building purchase, streetscapes, and green projects to commercial grants as set forth in Exhibit A, directing the interim director to transmit a copy of said amended budget to the State of Florida Oversight Board, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for severability, providing for conflict and repealer, providing for scrivener's error, and providing for an effective date. So basically, we had I know this is about our second or third budget amendment. The first one was because of the mistake that was done with the carryover. This was required because we didn't anticipate basically how much money we had left over in our commercial grant program. And there's 2 or 3 projects that we have to finish that we don't have money in that line item to finish because the money went away. We didn't budget enough at the beginning of the year. We should have budgeted more. So basically we had some savings in building purchases. We had some money in building purchases and we had some money in the green space initiative that we're not going to use. And so we're moving that money into the commercial rehab program so that we can finish awards excellence.
A&T Traders and 14500 Northwest 27th Avenue.
Which is the space across the street, the old chicken and fish space. Now Rudy's is gonna go there, but that whole plaza that's there. So we need to move the money over, and we just can't move the money over because the state will reject it. So the money's sitting there. It's not like we're getting money from somewhere else. There was a savings in building purchases. I think we had budgeted, $1 million something for building purchases, and you'll see at the end of on your discussion items, we have purchased in the past 30 days. 2100 Lincoln and 1441 Northwest 27th Avenue. And after we made those 2 purchases, we still had $200,000 left in that line item. We don't plan on making any more purchases this year. So we're able to move that money to commercial so that we can complete the commercial facade grants that we have awarded.
Do I have a motion to open it up for discussion?
Move it.
Okay, it is so moved.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Board Member Taylor?
right,
And if you all need to know where the markers are, we have the numbers here, so we can let you know where the item starts.
Thank you.
okay, but then.
Oh, it looks like we do need it. Yes, so it looks like we need it.
That's what I was gonna, ask. So I'm trying to figure out where you got the 200,000 from.
So I think this one starts on page 20, but is that correct? Is that if I'm following
yeah.
along?
No, I think from page 10 because the other one is from
It starts on page 20.
20.
The budget itself is on 23.
Yeah. 23.
Okay.
And if you see in the comment section,
Yeah, because I see like the 1.5 move.
Yep.
50 move, 100 move, 275 moved. But I'm trying to figure out if that's more than, maybe I'm reading the wrong
Wait.
thing.
it's
So
we
what-
moved 125 into commercial grants. That's all we did. We moved 125,000 to commercial grants. Am I right, bro?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, we got that 125. We have 50 from the streetscape project. We have 50 from the green projects, and we got 25 from building purchases.
That's a very small page.
What he said, yep.
You were telling me, I take a picture.
Any other comments?
Me too.
Any other comments? If not, we can open this up.
Yes,
Okay, Board Member Santiago?
thank you. Okay, what we try with this resolution is to move that funding to keep, operation to help in commercials places.
Right.
Yeah, by the no.
No, he's talking to somebody.
Oh, okay. By the meantime, uh, Mr. Worker, please, I know the budget is very short, but try to make these pages bigger like that we can see it,
Yes, sir.
the number. Please, okay? Add some money from what is that, ink and all that. And plus, let me tell you, I need a pen. Yeah, we don't have no pens, and no water too. Okay, yeah. Keep in mind to have some funding for that, please.
We
in
will
your
do that.
department. Thank you.
We will do that.
Any other comments related to this resolution? Any other comments?
Since we putting our dinner orders in, like Santiago is.
Well, with that, I think we can open it up for a vote.
Yep.
Okay,
Board Member Taylor, Board Member Bass,
Yes.
Board Member Santiago, Board Member Irving, Vice Chair Williams.
yes.
Resolution has passed.
Okay, can we move on to the next resolution?
Yes, ma'am. Next resolution is a resolution of the Opa-locka Community Redevelopment Agency authorizing the executive director to execute an agreement with E.L. Waters and Company LLC for consulting services related to the extension of the OCRA sunset date and adjustment of the CRA's community redevelopment area boundaries, waiving any formal bidding requirements due to the urgency of the need for the services, providing for an incorporation of CITOs, providing for an effective date.
Move it.
Page 46.
Second.
No, I didn't move it.
They were so excited that they moved it, so let's open it up. So over to you, Mr. Manager.
So this item is an item to contract with E.L. Waters and Company to develop our redevelopment, an update to our redevelopment plan and the finding of necessity. So there are two things that we don't expire until 2033, I believe, which is still a couple of years away. But with all the things that are happening in the state, with them, messing with talking about changing CRA laws, there's even talk at the county about making changes to CRAs. I think we're okay, but in order for us to ensure that we're okay, we need to start this process now. Now, this is also tied into item number one, because in order for item number one to be successful and for us to even be in the game for item number one, we will need the extension until 2047, because that's going to help with some of the financing piece that we would have to contribute to item number one. So in order for, again, our P3 partnership to be solid, the state to look at us and say, these guys are serious, I believe that we need to start this process now so that they can see that we're working towards our finding of necessity, that we're working towards our update of the redevelopment plan, and that we're moving forward. Now, this is going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. This usually takes, at least 10 months to complete. There's a lot of data research that's required. And so, I have made a decision, which, to bring this to you, I can't make this decision on my own. There are firms out there. There are not many firms out there. There are quite a few firms that do this type of work. Mr. Waters has been in this community, Miami-Dade County, Broward County, for a long time doing this type of work. He also has done work for Opa-locka before, so he knows the city well. And so this is your decision to make. We are waiving competitive bidding. I make no, I don't hide away from that. I know what we're doing, and I hope you know what we're doing, because it says it clearly in the title of the resolution that we're waiving all competitive requirements. And so I'm going to ask you to support this so that we can move forward, and we will work with Mr. Waters and his firm collaboratively with our office and his office to make sure we start bringing out a good project so that we could submit to the county for the extension of life of the Opa-locka CRA. And I would like for Mr. Waters, if he would like to make a little talk or something.
Good evening, members of the board. For the record, my name is Albert Waters, president of E.L. Waters and Company LLC. I am homegrown, grew up in the Rainbow Park area, attended Rainbow Park Elementary, Carroll City Middle. Well, at that time, it was junior high, back in the day. And also a graduate of Miami Norland Senior High School. And I have been involved in this type of work for well over 30 years. I was away for a number of years, college and working, brought back home to help with the Opa-locka CDC. Back in the day, I was the first planner for the organization. And as I mentioned, I grew up in the city, so I'm well in tune in terms of where we were and where we're trying to go in that regard. I have with me my partner also, Mr. Jeffrey Watson, who's a part of this team. And I'll entertain any questions that you all may have for the meeting.
Board members?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Vice Chair. Okay, Mr. Director, well, I'm really excited to see this come forth because I've been asking you to expand the boundaries of the CRA. But the only question I have is, will this be inclusive of, I know we spoke about a couple of years ago, updating the bylaws? Or is just for the boundaries as well as the extension of the sunset date?
Right.
All right. We didn't want to entertain that in this?
No, this is that would be separate completely. And so I think updating the bylaws is something that we would workshop with the man to my right.
Got it. All right, that's my only question. Thank you. Oh, you said up to 9 months for completion of the report?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Waters.
Thank you.
Would we like to open it up for discussion here on the board? Okay, if not, then we will call the vote.
Board Member Irving,
Yes.
Board Member Taylor,
Yes.
Board Member Bass, Board Member Santiago,
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams.
Yes.
Resolution has passed.
Or over the socks. Resolution number 4.
A resolution of the Opa-locka CRA accepting the audited financial statements for the fiscal year ended 2023 and for the fiscal year ended 2024, copies of which are attached hereto as Exhibit A and B respectively, and providing for an effective date. You can pass this, and then we can because of the scheduling issue, the auditors are not here, but we can pass it just to accept it. But if you want a presentation on it, we can schedule that for our next meeting. And this came about because I was doing some work for another CRA, and I said, "Oh my God, I forgot to put this on our agenda for Opa-locka." And it's basically, you all have received this already. You received it when it was done, but we haven't officially accepted it as a board. And so that's why we have this resolution here to officially accept it. It's already posted on the website. It's already been done, and you guys have received it. Everybody received it. We just haven't formally accepted it by resolution. And so that we're asking you to do that. So we check that mark off. And if you want a presentation by the auditors, we can have them come at the next meeting.
Got it. So how does this board feel about a presentation at our next meeting? Okay, I hear one, it's not necessary. Okay. Okay, so then with that, would someone like to make a motion to approve resolution number 4?
Moving for discussion, I have one quick question.
Okay, yes. We'll open it up for discussion. It's been seconded by Board Member Bass.
All right, so, Mr. Director, I see this is 2023-24. So the other ones are gonna come Cause we still, this is,
We haven't, they're still working on one more, which is at the end of 25.
okay,
So that hasn't come out yet. When that comes out, we'll bring it to you.
okay.
I think I think we're in the final.
Yes, we are in the final stages of the current 25 audit, but
We
this
submitted with the city in June.
this current resolution only refers to the 23 and 24.
No, we only.
You received it, we passed it out,
Sent it to the state.
we passed it out. I mean, the city may have done it because it's together, but we need to have it on our records that we accept it. I know the state has it, you have it, everybody has it, like I said. But we as a CRE board never put it on our agenda where somebody can check and say, oh, they actually did what they're supposed to do and pass a resolution accepting it.
Board Member Santiago?
Thank you. Mr. Worker, why we are so behind in this audit? Why we are behind? That's what I see here because we're behind for September 30, 2023.
No, we're not behind. We're only behind in doing this resolution. These have already been done.
It's already been done.
Yeah, and they've already been given to you.
We
They've
already
been-
presenting all this up to the 24th to the state.
Yes. But we, as a board, didn't do the official action of passing a resolution accepting the audit so that they know that you got it. It's a very simple thing.
Well, okay, it's very simple. Yeah, we have to believe that this has already been done
Yes.
and we had to vote for it, even we don't have it here in front.
Oh, it's attached.
It's attached. Okay. I want to be sure that we do the thing right. Okay.
That's what we're doing right now, is making
Okay.
sure we do it right.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
And by the way, this is one of those things that only one person in the state of Florida will check. But then when that one person checks, it becomes a big deal. So that's all we're trying to avoid, is for someone to say, oh, you didn't do this thing right. And so we're saying, okay, yeah, we gave it to them. The audit was done, because that's the most important thing, right? That the audit gets done. The audit was done. We passed it out. We gave it to the state, because the city controls the audit process, by the way. But we didn't do what our job is to do, which is to have this resolution presented to you and you formally accept the audit. And that's it.
Madam Chair, just a quick question.
Yes, Board Member Bass.
Just out of curiosity, if this does not pass tonight, then what?
Nothing.
Okay, just wondering.
I mean, but to his point, though, hopefully no one finds it, right? And then it has to come back to us for approval at a later date. And so, Mr. Manager, I appreciate you actually going back and confirming that it wasn't voted on and bringing it to us for a vote. So do we want to open this up for a vote? Okay, let's call the question then.
Board Member Taylor? Board Member Bass?
Yes.
Board Member Santiago?
Yes.
Board Member Irving?
Yes.
Vice Chair Williams?
Yes,
Resolution has passed.
great. On to resolution number 5.
Resolution number 5 is the resolution of the Opa-locka Community Redevelopment Agency authorizing the executive director to execute an agreement with Path Housing Solutions, Inc. for educational and coaching services to benefit residents of the OCRE's community redevelopment area, providing for incorporation of recitals and providing for an effective date.
Move it.
Second.
Do we have a presentation?
Mr. Randy England is the president.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Some of you may be familiar with me. I am the owner of the western portion of the barracks. Douglas Road, Sabre, Dunad, Alibaba. I've been in the city of Opa-locka for roughly since 2015. I've had the opportunity to invest in a variety of different opportunities here, mainly mainly multifamily and also single family. During that time, I had the opportunity, I think it was 2014, I owned the 51 units named Oswan Man. Right. And at that time, when we first took it over, when it was via foreclosure, foreclosing on the property, we stepped into that opportunity where it was a bit of the tenants were in really bad space. We stepped in and provided services for the tenants, like local food bank, like basically all type of services. BJ Sam's, Costco waived the annual fees, put funds together, et cetera. And around that, and there's other services we provided along with the kids as well. But around that, we were able to see a major difference and shift in the well-being of the tenants in terms of their dignity, everything that they were able to just shift their overall disposition. And with that, that's what created this whole entire program. And then we decided to formalize it into an active nonprofit organization and create it as an opportunity to create movement from tenancy into homeownership. So fortunately, Senior gave me the opportunity to present to them, and they offered me the confidence to move it in front of the board, and that's why I'm here today. So if there's any specific questions that I can answer, I'll be willing to have them.
Madam Chair?
Yes, Board Member Taylor.
Okay, love the program. And I think you did this in another city, right?
We are in conversation with a couple of us.
Okay. And I thought I recognized this from somewhere else, a path to home ownership, but good program. Thank you, Mr. Walker, for bringing it.
Yes, Board Member Santiago.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Chair, and I tried to figure out, the order of the board meeting that we have. I know before we starting any discussion in our commissioner meeting, we pull up the regular agenda that in this case is supposed to be this one, the agenda that we have for the CRA. And from there we have, any kind of pull-ups or whatever for discussion, but I don't see that happened here. And the reason that I ask you by Vice Chair is because I have a concern about the item number 5 in this agenda.
Okay.
Okay. Board Member Taylor asking a question to the gentleman, and I don't think the correct answer. One is he asked you if you already do that type of program in another city. You say, no, not yet. You talking in another city, but you not started that. Now, it's a good program, and I want to say anything about it, but we're going to be probably the first city that we're going to try. But to do that, I need a little more on more information about the benefits, real benefits that we're going to have in the city, especially for the resident and people that they really live here in Opa-locka and they really need to have that type of help. When we're talking to helping people, sometimes what we're looking is people that they can afford, okay, whatever they bring to our city. And my recommendation for the board, it is we need more discussion and a little more information for this item regarding about the money that we're gonna get, because I think it's also like a partnership with that company, with this organization. Its money is gonna come from CRA.
Yes, they're requesting, I believe, 123,000 for the program.
For the program, okay.
It's not that we will be writing a check to them for 100. Just make sure everybody understands that we're not writing them a check for $123,000. We will, if you pass this tonight, we will sit down with their attorneys and our attorneys and come up with an agreement. And that agreement will set the milestones and how the money is dispersed and what the expectations are from our point of view in terms of invoicing and milestones in the program. So it's not like we'll be, giving a check for 120 and we hope that it works out. If at some point during the process of this program, we're figuring that this is not working for us, then we would have every right to withhold, to back out of the contract for whatever reason that may be. Because I have talked to some board members and people made it seem like we were just writing a check for $123,000 and that was it. That's not the case. We have to do with all of these things that you pass, we follow up with agreements. Whether it's a development, whether it's on the development side or a grant agreement, when we pass for money, people getting commercial facade programs, all that follows up with an agreement. This will be a grant agreement, and we will, sit down and work out the nuts and bolts, and they will get paid. Even with Mr. Waters, they're gonna receive an agreement. He's not getting, 100 whatever thousand a blank check and then come back to us in 9 months. It will be paid over time based on milestones. And so I just wanted to clear that up because I had more than one council member ask me about that. If it's not working out for us, either with Mr. Waters or with Path or with anything else, we always have the ability to back up.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. And Mr. Santiago, Board Member Santiago, I think what I hear you asking for, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is that you would like to see a presentation so that you have more information about the program. Is that correct?
Yes, Vice Chair, and have more information about really what we're gonna do to be a partnership with that institution. I reading here in the language like the PATH Housing Solution IM. They're gonna have an agreement with us for educational and coaching. And that's something that I think, if we are not make a mistake, I don't heard before about it. What kind of education we gonna have for? When I heard, I think, forgot from whom is, we're gonna helping people to go and renting these places with the ocean to buy it.
No.
And
Excuse.
that's what I heard before, and that's what I need more information about whatever whatever transaction that we planning to do in the future. My suggestion is to see if we can, bring that for the next board meeting that we have, when more information and a better presentation.
So Madam, Board Chair Urban has a recommendation or wants to make a comment?
Yes, I was going to ask Mr. Randy if he can just, because he's not trying to do anything for people to rent to own. He's teaching people a 9-month course, if I may, you all,
Yes.
a 9-month course to educate the people and teach them what to do to become home owners, not to rent, but become homeowners in our city. And it's not it's for everybody. We don't want, it's from my understanding, it's not just for Opa-locka residents. It's to bring people from the outside into Opa-locka, as well as maintain renters in Opa-locka and turn them into homeowners. I wish he would do it with business people, but
Well, maybe
asked
that's
for
next.
that.
So can I maybe then build on that? So, Mr. England, might I ask that you elaborate on what the program is so that this board up here has a full understanding of what you are proposing for what I believe is $133,000.
So what Path Housing Solution is, we have 5 pillars of personal success and development. Those 5 pillars consist of personal development, career development, financial literacy, health and wellness, as well as homeownership. When someone completes the 9-month course, as you stated, which is delivered in 8 weeks, 8-week increments as well.
And how many people? I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to get to the points that I think they want to hear. How many
Absolutely.
people?
So the launch would be 50 participants of the program. And then during that 8-week course, we have various speakers that presenters that speak on various specific topics. For example, the first 2 to 3 weeks is habit training. Habits are the beginning and the end of everything. So we touch on that. Then the next 2 weeks is just personal development as relates to planning, organizing, you name it. Then the other modules speak on career development piece, speaks on resume writing, social skills as relates to team building, communication skills, full gamut. Excellent financial literacy as well. That's a big deal. Budgeting, savings. We take it a step further. Financial space is my wheelhouse. So we teach people how to read the stock market. We go into money market accounts, how to invest in your life insurance policy. Take a little bit of a deep dive, because what we're looking to do is create, when people get into the home ownership piece of it, that they're thriving, sustainable home ownership. That's what it's about. So you asked the question, you made a statement earlier that so what we're doing is a lot of has already been done, but we're making it into a comprehensive program. And we're making it very specific because what we did over the past, since October of 2023, there were curriculum developers that were brought in. There were public health officials that were brought in. There were speaking coaches that were brought in. We crafted this program over the past 2.5+ years. The reason why we're here now is happenstance around the conversation that I was having CRA around my project in barracks. And I asked about a homeownership program, and they allowed me the opportunity to elaborate and present to them. So when someone completes the program, by the way, we also match them with down payment assistance. So they will also have, their credit will be improved. Their ability to earn more money will also be there as well. Their financial acumen will be there as well. Health and wellness, chronic diseases, things like that. We get to stave that off. Then the home ownership piece, which during that home ownership piece, we get them the 8-hour certification for down payment assistance, right? So then we match that with down payment. And then the second phase of it, if it applies to the city of Opa-locka, I'm also a developer. I build homes as well. So I have identified opportunities in Opa-locka where it could also develop to home ownership. Let's call it the affordable dedication that Miami-Dade County has designated. And also this conversation around, I'm in the process of developing my 7.5 acres on the north portion. We're putting multifamily mixed use there, but on the southern portion, I'm carving out roughly 3 to 5 acres for a townhouse development as well. So the idea is to cycle people through the program, place them in home ownership opportunities, and then continue that wherever we can throughout the city. So that's in a nutshell. And if there's anything I can answer around that, I'd be more than happy.
Vice Chair.
Board Member Santiago.
Yeah, can I hear from Mr. Walker? He say something that you want we know about people or something like that. You mentioned it before.
I just wanted to make sure that he pointed out how many people were in the program, so that everyone knows what we're covering.
Okay.
And just so you know, from my point of view on this, home ownership is one of those things that we need to check off. I'm all about checking off, right? I'm not saying that this program I have my questions still about this program and the final outcome. Because yes, everybody goes through this process, but is there inventory here in Opa-locka CRA, for example? Believe me, I'm aware of this. Is there inventory in Opa-locka CRA to handle those 50 people after they've graduated? And no, it's not there yet. It's not there. I understand that. But I think that if we can give life lessons or these type of classes to people within our area and expose them to these type of opportunities, then we should probably do that. Now, as I said to you before, if things aren't working out, and for example, you all allowed me to hire Miami Service Corps to do cleanup for our city, and we put them in. I know some of you've seen them now. They have on the orange jackets with OCRA on them, and they're supposed to have 6 people out there 5 days a week cleaning up stuff, and they're supposed to have a schedule, and we are on top of them, so that there's no day where they're bringing 3 people. There's no day where they're getting away with bringing 2 people or not coming at all. We try to make sure that we're on top of them every day so that we're getting our full $130,000 fee out of this program that we're doing. I look at this the same way. We're going to give Mr. Englund this opportunity to put his program into work. If it doesn't work, or if we see that it's not working, then we will have an out. If there are 25 people showing up to workshops and classes instead of 50 people, we have to sit down and have a conversation with Mr. Englund about that. If there's not the participation there, if there's not what everything is said here, if it's not going the way that it should be going, we will have that option to move out. Now, my thing is that we haven't done anything we haven't done historic preservation. We haven't done infrastructure. Councilwoman Urban, I shouldn't even say this because it's gonna get me in trouble with her.
On my questions for today, so we might.
We haven't done parks. You know, there's certain things that we haven't checked off the list of what CREs are supposed to do. We've done a lot. Home ownership is not one of those things that we've done. So listen, I still have my questions. I told you all I have my questions. I am willing to give the program an opportunity. And if it doesn't work, doesn't work. I'm going to bring it back to you and say, listen, this ain't working out for me. This is all not working. And I would like to end this grant agreement and we divert the rest of the funds somewhere else. But we're not writing a check to the program for $133,000. It will be on, monthly basis or whatever, or program basis. And B, we have the right to exit at any time, but let's give them the opportunity.
Okay.
Board Member Santiago.
Yeah, to finalize my statement. Okay, Mr. Randy, I like the idea to bring all that type of programs here in the city, and this type of places to live. Okay, for people is very good. But listen, what Mr. Walker, say. My opinion or my recommendation is we need a little bit more let's put it like that, education with that. Okay, and try to also in this type of meeting Mr. Walker inviting people from the public, okay, to like that they know what's going on and have the opinion for the for the public and here in the audio. Like I say, I like to support that, but I like to giving more chance and more time, to study everything good, because I don't want nothing happen like the way you say in the future. If it doesn't work and you have to come back and we're gonna lose there. Okay, and why we don't do something today, and for the next meeting we can have more information for Mr. Randy.
Yes.
Okay, for Mr. Randy, and bringing like a very solid presentation to us, and like that. Like I say, I love it, I like it, but I like to see more information for this item. That's my opinion, my recommendation. All my colleagues here to defer that item for the next commission, for the next board meeting next month. I think that we're gonna have another meeting and try to learn more about it.
Thank you so much for your comments, Board Member. I believe Board Member Irvin wants to make a few comments.
I do. I'm going to say this. I became a homeowner at 20. It wasn't easy. We didn't have anybody that took us to a program and sat us down and educated us and walked us through. As a matter of fact, they didn't even want to give us the loan because of our ages, to be honest with you. I like the program. To get people are out here paying $2,300 a month for rent. And I've been a homeowner here in Opa-locka for more than 34. I think I'm in about my 36th year. And my mortgage has never been over $1,000. So if I can go through a 9-month course and become a homeowner, I think that we should give it a chance. It's not like I'm excited that he decided to bring this in Opa-locka. He's already a business owner here in Opa-locka. He owns the barracks that's right down the street from me. He has other properties here in Opa-locka. He could have taken this program to any other city around us, but instead he thought it not robbery to bring it to our city, to turn some of our day-to-day workers that's out there paying so much money for rent, to be able to put them in a home that's theirs for life. And maybe one person out that 50 may decide that they enjoyed that process so much, so maybe they're going to buy another house and create generational wealth for their family, opposed to renting for the next 100 years and have nothing. So my suggestion to my board members is a little different from what my colleague is suggesting. I'm suggesting that we pass it. We give the opportunity because we all know where we're going to start, but none of us know where we're going to end. We start with this program, and like Mr. Walker said, if it doesn't work, we separate it, we keep it moving. But what if it works? We have 50, possibly 50 more homeowners in our city, and they're not having to pay these crazy amounts of down payments that they're asking for to buy a home right now. They're actually going to give money to help these people come with their down payment. So it's a process. It puts me almost in the mind of the other program that's out there, but this is actually educating the people on becoming homeowners and other stuff that make you a better homeowner. So I mean, I could come up with 6 people right now that I can sign up for the program and be confident that it could happen. He just said he's getting ready to build his own stuff right here in the city. So it's not like, I think we should give him a chance.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Board
you.
Member Irvin. Before you go, Board Member Bass.
I just want to echo what Board Member Irvin said. I became a homeowner at 23. She got me by 3 years. But in saying all of that, I saw Mr. Randy's presentation and I was very, very much impressed on just the imagination that their organization have to bring this to our city. And if my statistics are correct, I think only 8 to 10% of our residents are homeowners. That's what it is, right? 8 to 10?
That's the current pipeline now.
Yeah.
Right now, there's roughly around 3,000 multifamily units.
And-
Permitting, there's maybe 10 single family. Right now.
And we have approximately 16, 17,000 residents. This is gonna allow our residents to learn lifelong lessons in addition to being homeowners. And I like the fact that he's preparing them, or he wants to prepare them to succeed. And I have not seen a presentation of this magnitude in many, many, many years. I understand my colleague, Santiago, and maybe it's because he has not seen the presentation. I wish you had brought it. It sells itself. You could have just passed it to us, showed it on the screen, and it would have been done. I am going to support this 100%. And what gives me confidence in knowing that if it doesn't work for us, we walk away, we shake hands, and we're gone. But I sincerely believe that our residents will benefit from everyday knowledge. We have adults who don't know how to balance a checkbook. Furthermore, work their credit. So all of this is going to be a part of it. This is lifelong lessons. And hopefully it can be generational lifelong lessons where mom and dad, sister, brother, uncle would teach the next generation on this is how we do it. We have had generations, I'm not saying if I'm preaching, generations of families, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with renting, who's rent for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 generations and have not experienced the white picket fence. I would love for my community to experience the white picket fence where their children could go outside, take their shoes off and run on the grass. That's what I want to see. I'm going to support this. I'm going to pray for this, that this manifests in the way that we want it to be, because I would love to walk down the street in 4 years, 2 years, and see this, or speak to residents who have gone through that program and say, my life is better for it. This is more than just building blocks, brick and mortar. It's more than that. You're dealing with emotional, mental, physical, everything. It's like the Bible. All 66 books of the Bible in one. So I applaud you, and I'm going to stop talking. I am going to support this, and thank you for bringing it.
Thank you so much, Board Member. Board Member Taylor.
Yes, ma'am.
Board Member Taylor would like to give some remarks before we go back down to you, Board Member Santiago.
Full question. So the down payment assistance is 50%, it's 50% match.
Sorry?
The down payment assistance is a 50% match.
No, so the down payment assistance, there's like a multitude of different down payment programs, surtax, you name it. The Miami-Dade County has quite a few. So depending on the economic need of the particular participant or the home buyer, we match them with that. So I know one program out there has up to like 100,000, but nobody ever really.
Thank you. I just wanted to follow up on his question since you're on it. It was one of my questions.
Mhm.
So when you say match, you were saying that you are matching them with a program that exists outside, not that you are matching the town payment amount, correct? So they are not getting money from you. You are matching them with another program. Is that correct?
We are matching them with a program as it relates to the existing down payment assistance programs now. Now, one of the down the road in terms of when Path gets to a point where we are actively developing, we are actively providing single family homes for our participants, we do plan to carve out from proceeds our own down payment system. Because right now, some of the programs are a little restricted. So with that, we could buy down points, right? To reduce, instead of 6%, we can make it 5%. We could, instead of, 10 or $20,000 towards closing costs. So we have that opportunity within our own, call it toolbox, to provide that down payment assistance as well. So that's down the road. So that's another iteration of the program. But right now we're matching with current existing programs.
And you have a contract with those current existing programs too?
No contract needed. They're a multitude of programs that are out there. Yeah.
They're not guaranteed. They're
That's-
not.
that's my-
There's an
Yeah.
entire county that's
That's my
applying for
question.
these,
Sure.
for
Sure.
these dollars. So ultimately, it's not guaranteed.
It's not a
Yeah.
guarantee. So there's no contract, but not only just with the county, there's like 20, 23 other programs out there, not even banking programs, philanthropic programs. We've done quite a bit of research about what's possible in terms of what we can layer and stack. So there's a lot of different programs out there that we can tap into.
All right. Also, you said 50 residents at 9 months and 8-week cohorts, right?
Yes,
And then is there a cost to the resident to get in the
there
program?
is. So we're making it nominal. Well, initially I was thinking $50 per person. And the only reason is buy-in, skin in the game. I have it that based on all the information I've gotten so far from the various programs, again, we did a lot of different research. We did focus groups that's why the past 2 years we've been developing this program. Free is very ineffective. It's not working very well. I think once you have buy-in from the tenants as it relates to having skin in, I think they pay attention. And then in addition to that, they have the opportunity to get substantial down payment to buy a home or a home designated for them through development, whatever we're able to make available.
Okay. And then my last question, are you in contact with any banks? Going back to the guarantee, that say, okay, once you finish this program, you can apply with this bank and then we can.
Yeah,
You have that?
so Miami-Dade County in certain programs, they have designated banks already, right, that you have to apply through. What I have done is he's one of our consultants, a gentleman named Mr. Mark Williams. He's been in this space probably almost 28 years now. So I brought him in to consult and basically share with us around that banking protocol as it relates to which bank we can match with different various programs, or we'd like to approach new banks and bring them in as well too. But there are designated banks for designated type of programs that what we do on the front end of the program, we qualify people to get, and then we have an opportunity to see where we can match them as well. Different banks.
Board Member Santiago?
Oh, thank you, Vice Chair. I really want to say that, okay, the comment for my colleague, board member Bass, it's open a little bit, my heart, and also, made me think, sometimes, to all this process that we're gonna have. And now with the question that the board member Taylor asking you, that's what I say before. You see, we don't have anything in place like when banks or any organization to guarantee whoever gonna come to renting there or take the class for buy, the house. One question that I have for you, okay, is I bought my house, okay, like a first buyer, okay, and I believe that they required from me 3% in that time. We're talking about 25 years ago. Okay. It is still because you don't have any information from banks right now. You don't have any bank in place, to helping people with the time coming. And that's one of the things that we've been talking about.
Is that a
That we
question?
need more information about it. But it's me. I love to support that because I know it's gonna help in our community. But we have to be sure what we do. Now, my colleagues, you want to do it tonight, it's fine, but remember what I think the vice chair say, okay, that we gonna be follow, okay, that situation, this item. And if we see it's not working, we're gonna say, stop. And that's what we say before. I think that's you or
I don't know that I said that, but but
somebody.
that's okay. We're going on an hour and a half, I think, so I get it. But do you have a question for Mr. England?
Yeah, no, from Mr. England, he already did. He don't have anything in play with banks or any organization or institution to helping these people when credit or to apply and be accepting, to be owners for the house.
Got it.
For sure, it's people that are gonna come from outside. Now, let me ask you a question. How much is any unit gonna cost there? Or whatever you're gonna build from
There's a Miami-Dade County standard. I think it goes up to right now. It may have gone up to 475, 480 perhaps.
475.
We will stay within the Miami-Dade.
Okay, $475,000.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
But let's just say that's not saying that. Okay, here is it's a balancing act, and just I want to address your questions. Give me an opportunity. So the average single family here in Opa-locka is right around 500,000, somewhere in that ballpark. Which is amazing to me.
Yeah.
So if
You're talking about housings or you're talking about apartment units? That's that I think that you say that you're gonna have some apartment units and townhouses.
So the home ownership portion of the program, primarily in order to get the most bang for the buck, in order to do economies of scale, townhomes to me are the way to go. And there's not enough land to do infill single family housing, honestly. So I think in order to provide that home ownership piece, townhomes would be the way to go. And actually, I have done research around the city of Opa-locka. There are opportunities to develop within the city because what I try to do in any city that we have a conversation with is preliminary do research to see if there is available land. So Opa-locka has available land. There will have to be some different zoning considered through the Live Local Act, perhaps we need to get a little creative, but there is opportunities for development in the city of Opa-locka, which I'd love to go through at a different time. But I want you to understand something, Commissioner Santiago. We sat in your office 30 to 40 minutes sometime last week. I apologize for not communicating the program effectively so that now you're left with questions that you're not clear on. So I'm responsible for that, right? But I will say that what we're creating is a partnership with the city of Opa-locka. That's what we're after. We're not just after money. So I do well enough, but so
that's not my issue.
May I finish? But so it's not for me to be here to get a couple of dollars to do a program. This is a very personal thing for me, right? Because without the opportunity for home ownership, it's a good chance I may not be here in front of you now, creating the opportunity for others. So that's why I'm doing it, because I have the opportunity to go and I speak at different organizations and do different things, and I see where it's going. And you could even see in the city of Opa-locka, which is the same multiple other cities. Home ownership is dwindling at a very major rate. I sent out an article today sharing about the lack of opportunities in home ownership. And so this is just my part. So I'm doing what I think is right. So I'm asking you to join me with that. And if you choose to, wonderful. I'd appreciate it.
But no, thank you. And I want to say thank you for your good intention. You go to come here and helping, my community. So, thank you very much. But what I told you, that I believe and remember in my office, one of the things that I like for any person, come to making an offer, okay, to the city to be partner or whatever, is to tell the truth, okay, about what's going on today in life out there, outside. And what is the reality? $475,000 house or apartment, no matter what, where in Opa-locka. By my brother, they selling a house the other day for $700,000. And that's incredible. I think in front of the house from Chair Bath, and that's fine, okay. But whoever buy the house, whoever buy that house, or whoever gonna buy that apartment, okay, or that unit that you're gonna build, please must have to be ready for come when good credit, okay, good teams and everything. That's what I want to know. I love the idea. I don't say that I'm not gonna support it. I supported that, but that's what I asking before for more information.
So I'd
I-
like to
yeah.
maybe, I would love to jump in here. I'd love to make a couple of comments, and
Yeah.
then what I will do is move us to ultimately getting to some type of resolution here on this board. If that's okay with everyone, that's
Not a
okay.
problem.
Beautiful. So the question that I have for you is, do you have any matching funds? So you mentioned that you're a nonprofit. There are lots of organizations that provide grants to nonprofits. I know that you mentioned this is a pilot program, and so I want to just acknowledge that this is something that is, for the most part, untested. But have you gone out to other institutions to find matching funds to support this program, or will we be the sole funder of this program?
There are definitely, I'm in the grant process with other organizations as well. There's probably right 3 off the top of my head right now that we are actively applying for grants for as well. So yes.
Beautiful. So you're applying for them, but none secured just yet. So I think what I might share is I've had the opportunity to listen, that I would be most concerned that this is a pilot program. You know, registering 50 people, I think you and I had this conversation, getting 50 people in the door is one thing. How many people will stay throughout the entire 9 months? So by the time you finish the program, how many people do you have at the end of the program? But then there's some comments that were made up here about what's happening in our community that also present a huge challenge to getting these residents where we want them to be. First of all, the market is just incredibly high. So folks being able to buy right now, it is really, really hard. And the money that you're going to get from a down payment assistance program ultimately likely will not be enough to get you to buy a home. And I want this board to realize that we could invest in this program. But our manager mentioned this. We have an inventory problem here in Opa-locka. So this program ultimately will invest in people, not necessarily invest in building homeowners in Opa-locka. So there's a very strong likelihood that we will invest in this program, and most of these people will purchase homes outside of Opa-locka. I do understand that you are building homes right now or will build homes in the future in Opa-locka, but these the barracks that you own, I don't believe that's even been started in terms of construction and building. Is that correct? So this is something that would happen in the future. I think if I were so I think I do have some serious, like, I love the intention behind this program. I will say that I think programs like this exist. There are programs like this in Opa-locka. I think you are taking it to another level. You are adding lots of different elements in here. If I were to make a recommendation to this board, I might make the recommendation that we start smaller. I think $133,000 for a program, for a first-time program that does not have any other funders at the table, I might say that's a lot of money. I might recommend that we reduce that amount of money. Let's see how the program works for 70, or let's say for half of this, for 25 participants. And then maybe we look at something else in the future for a second cohort. So that is what I might offer to this board, knowing that we're making an investment that is unproven. And I think there are some serious challenges that will exist at the end of this simply because of the market in which we live right now. And so, yeah, that's what I will add.
Madam Vice Chair,
Yes, Board Member Bass.
I hear you and I totally understand. But I don't think the market is going to get any better.
Really?
If anything, it might just get a little worse. But I think everyone deserves a chance. If we were to walk away losing $132,000, truth be told, I'll bite that. I got a chance at 23. And granted, that was 36, 37 years ago. My house of 4.3 was only $53,000. And then back then, that was a lot of money. I didn't know how I was going to pay for this house, but God made a way. I don't think we should not support this because we win some and we lose some. I would prefer to try and lose than never try.
Sure, and I didn't say not try. I made the recommendation that I think we do it on a smaller scale, knowing that it is unproven and that there are some serious market challenges. So as opposed to having a first cohort of 50 people and an investment of $133,000, which is a lot of money for a program that has not been invested in. As someone who works in the philanthropic space, this is what I do day in and day out, and I've worked in nonprofit. That's a big grant. And so I might recommend that we start off with what is a real pilot. So that would be my recommendation. Board Member Santiago.
But yes, um, let me tell you, it's something like we giving the opportunity to, to Mr. Randy to Connie helping us with that and cooperating, together with the city. I like the idea what Vice Chair bring. Why we don't try my colleague first to see how it's working when half of the people that we have in mind and half of the amount of the expense budget, okay, that we have here, $133,000, cut it to half for now, and we're gonna see how it's work. And if we like he said before, we're not sure if we're gonna win or we're gonna lose. But if we win, we keep it going. Thank God. But if we lose, we're not gonna lose everything. I think that's a very good idea, and I'm gonna support that amendment if we do it.
And Mr. England, can I ask if we were to approve half of the budget that's being requested, would you be able to still execute a program, again, not with 50 people, but with a smaller cohort?
By the way, in my community, in terms of, because there was a question that came up around, would I be able to have 50 people in the program? My community alone probably has about 160 people. And we also have an affiliate program where we partner with other nonprofit organizations, faith-based organizations as well. And that's how we recruit potential people to be in the program. So I feel more than confident that we'd be able to bring in those 50 people. And to answer your question specifically, certainly we have to fine tune our budget. We'd have to take a look at it. But sure, if that's what the CRA feels is the best fit, then we'll make it work.
Yep. And know that I don't doubt that you can fill a room of 50 people. A lot of people, I'm sure, will absolutely want this. Yes.
If I may, I'm not sure if I kind of feel like my colleague down there, Board Member Bass, if I have the opportunity to possibly drive a Lamborghini, what am I doing over at the Nissan shop? Buying a Nissan. So we have the opportunity of giving people the opportunity, 50 people, an opportunity of a life-changing experience. We're going to cry about $133,000 or 130 whatever thousand. I've seen this CRA spend money, much more money for this than this for maybe the same thing, not knowing if it's going to be a win or lose. So we've done it in life. We sometimes take a gamble. I've done it. And at 20, I did it. We took a gamble. And like you said, I didn't know how we was going to pay that $634 a month. $630. I don't know how we were going to pay it, but guess what? We paid it, and we paid that house off, and we've even had the opportunity. This is what being a homeowner will do for you. We paid that house off. We, in return, got an equity line of credit, a HELOC. HELOC, what you gonna call it? And we bought a business here in Opa-locka. That's what being a homeowner will do for you. And that's what he would teach them while he's there, like while he's there. I had learned that the hard way. I didn't know how to make my house work for me. But it was so happened I was at a car dealership nonetheless, purchasing a car for my children. And a gentleman that didn't look like me said, "Baby, you're doing this all wrong. You don't ever come to a car dealership and purchase a house. You find out what a home equity line of credit is. You get that. You come here, you write them a check for that, and you drive off with your cars." And we did that. That's what we did. We bought our children, they're back to back. So we bought them both brand new cars. And you know how much my HELOC payment was a month? $230 something. You know how much I paid a month? Much more just to get rid of it. But who goes on a car dealership to a car lot and buy 2 brand new cars and pay $200 a month? Nobody. But through somebody that didn't look like me, that's how I found out about that. These people going through this program, they're going to tell them the benefits of what they're going to be educated, unlike us at 20 and 23. They're going to be educated to know what you can, how you make your house work for you. People do it every day. I'm in the tax business. People come on, oh, I bought a house this year. Oh, how was your financing? And how was this? Oh no, we didn't do that. We put a HELOC on this house and we went and bought that house. And now we're just paying this, which means your house is paid off, which if you don't want to, you don't have to pay that $2,000 a month for homeowners insurance. Bass and I talk about homeowners insurance and the crazy price that people are paying for homeowners insurance. These are things that you're not educated on. I wish I had the opportunity to have this in my life at 20. I wish that somebody would have said, hey, we got this program going on and they're going to teach you this and they're going to teach you that. Even my niece who has that other program that's out there, they educated her only on finances. That was it. Only on finances. And I think it's worth the gamble. I'm going to support the 50 and
So I
is-
want to move us to a vote soon. And so Board Member Taylor, okay, and then I'm going to ask somebody to make a motion, but go for it.
Mr. Director, I'm good either way, the half or the whole 50, or the whatever. The only thing I want to make sure, because I do like the safety net of you saying that if it doesn't work, then we can stop it and divert. But the only thing I want to make sure is that it's for Opa-locka residents only.
Well, not only that, but just so that the board is clear, like I said before, you're passing this to allow me to enter into an agreement with him. We still have to enter into an agreement with each other.
Yeah, I understand that. That's why I said I just want to make sure that it's Opa-locka residents only. So I
Yes,
don't want to.
not only that though, is that it's actually supposed to be OCRA residents only because our money should only be spent for within our boundaries.
Yep.
And so when Mr. England first brought it to me, he was talking about most of the participants coming from properties that he owned with the 160 that he has over there. His property is within our boundaries. There are certain things that we need to still flush out in terms of what we pay for. For example, Vice Chair brought it up, which I think we can get past the fact, and I brought it up as well, the inventory, where they're not working on, they don't have anything ready right now for anybody to move into. It's like what they say, putting the cart before the horse, or there's nothing prepared. So after the 9-month period, where are they going? Are we preparing these people to move to Miami Gardens? Are we preparing these people to move to Aventura? Where are we preparing them to move that to? Because we don't have it here. So those things need to be worked out in terms of where our money will go. I think we can get past that because there are other things within the 9-month program that we could support. But we will have something in there that at least the majority of the people have to come from the Opa-locka CRA boundaries. They have to live there currently. And then we will have a clause in there that says best faith efforts should be made to, if you can't get 50 from Opa-locka CRA, then we'll allow you to go outside the CRA, but they have to be within the city of Opa-locka boundary. But it can't be majority of them in the city of Opa-locka boundary and less in the Opa-locka CRA. That won't work. We will not sign off on that. The majority would have to be Opa-locka CRA residents in order for us to fund it. Now, if the city commission wants to take it up and go to the city board and present the same program to them and pay the other 50% for city residents to participate, maybe that works as well. But we will be looking at this grant agreement closely to make sure that we're spending our money in the right way.
Do you want to make a motion?
Vice Chair.
Okay, I'd like to call the question.
Oh, You want to call the question?
Yeah,
Be-
let's go for
Before
it.
that I say something about that? Oh,
So-
last time,
so
well, it's not the
last-
time,
so-
but we have to be sure what we're doing.
Board Member Santiago,
Yeah,
Board Member Santiago, last comment, and can I ask that you make it quick?
mm, you know something? No, we're responsible for whatever happened, because if we are not gonna have the time to do that, and it's only,
I
I
wanna
tell
make
them that I like to support it, okay, this item, because it's something good for the community. But I heard what the director say about the budget, about the money, about everything. And let me tell you that it's a very good idea to start in by the low and not lose everything that we have. And when we can use that type of money for something else. I'm very happy when you proposal before to starting with the half and continue to see, because if we don't have the 50 people in Opa-locka, what is the hurry, to go and bring, everybody out? I believe that before you do your vote, I want to support it, not a problem, but we're going to be responsible for anything happen in the future. I believe that cutting in half is one of the best solutions that we have, and made this program, we try the program to see if it's going to work
Board
and
Member,
not lose all the $133,000.
Board Member Commissioner, I'm sorry, Board Member Santiago, do you want to make a motion?
Yes.
Because I think you can make a motion that is the one that is being presented before us, the resolution, or you can make a different motion. So,
Well, the motion that I like to, to do is to bring the budget to the half to start in that program first.
okay,
And from there, we see if it's work. We in a hurry all the time. And sometimes that's the reason why we make mistake in
Got
our
it.
budget.
So what I hear is you'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 5 with half the budget that is being presented before us.
Yes, by share.
Okay, can we call the question?
You have to have a second.
Oh, can I get a second? Can I second myself?
Yes.
I will second. Can we call the question?
Board Member Bass, Board Member Santiago,
Yes.
Board Member Irvin,
No.
Board Member Taylor,
Oh, boy.
I want to say yes, but I would like to see the pilot program.
Vice Chair Williams.
Yes.
Resolution has passed.
Yes, he voted. He said yes, right? Yes, he said yes. So I believe that motion passed,
The
which is for half budget.
Good.
Okay. Can we call resolution 6?
No, we have to pass
So pass
the resolution.
Oh, now we have to pass the resolution itself. Okay, thank you guys. Do I need a motion and a second?
Mm,
Okay, well then can we call the question?
Board Member Irvin, Board Member Taylor, Board Member Bass,
Yes.
Board Member Santiago,
yes.
Vice Chair Williams.
Yes,
Resolution has passed.
thank you guys for your grace with me. Okay, resolution, yeah,
May I, first of all, thank you for the spirited debate. And thank you for the investment. Also, I get that you guys care about Opa-locka. That's why we spent whatever time we spent here having this conversation, because of your deep passion for the residents. So I appreciate it. And I look forward to your partnership.
likewise,
All right,
thank
thank you.
you. Resolution 6?
Resolution of the Board of the Opa-locka Redevelopment Agency authorizing the funding of an amount not to exceed 100,000 for improvements to be constructed at the property located at 2495 Alibaba Avenue, Opa-locka, Florida. Authorizing the executive director to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate the funding, subject to the OCRE's board's budget and appropriation for fiscal year 26-27, providing for an incorporation of recitals, providing for an effective date. So, Madam Chair,
Yes.
this is a grant agreement for a commercial facade improvement program at the old police station, I believe. This is the old police station, right?
Yes,
At
it
the old
is.
police station in Alibaba. It is an open air activation, similar to in Overtown, the urban. They're bringing it here to Opa-locka. There's some infrastructure work that needs to be done for the site to get prepared, and we are offering a grant for that work to get done. We have someone here from the group that if he wants to talk about his program, he's more than welcome to stand up and talk about his program. Let me just give you my last piece on this. You're probably asking, why does it say approving and budget and appropriation for fiscal year 26-27? Because as you earlier probably noticed, we have run out of money for this year in the commercial rehab program. However, we don't want them to have to wait for us for October in order for them to start the work on their project. And we're probably going to get another one like this with Chavez for the washing place next to his place next month. But we will do this limited only for those people that are ready to go now, and they have the money to to spend it themselves to get reimbursed later. So we're given a grant now. They will spend the money now to get the work done. And then when we approve our budget in 26-27, they will submit their reimbursement for the work that was done based on the grant agreement, and we will pay them in 26-27. I don't plan on making this a norm, but there are some spots that we want to hit and not have to wait 6 months to have them done. We want the urban to be open in 6 months, not getting started in 6 months. So in order to do that, they need to have the comfort level that if they go and do it, there's an agreement in place, and that's what this is, and it allows me to pay them at the next fiscal year. Again, I don't like doing this, but I think that it's necessary for us to do this to move things forward quickly. And we may do this. I may bring one or two more back to you, and then that's it.
Beautiful. Do we want to
Madam
motion
Chair.
to open it up for discussion?
Move it.
Okay.
Just a quick question. Can you tell me exactly what the improvements are?
Do we want a presentation from, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know
Yep.
what's
It's on
Yeah.
page,
child stuff right here, like.
page 153.
What
I'm
is that?
148. Okay.
Vice Chair.
A board member, Bass, has a question on the floor, and there's going to be a presentation. So once that's finished, I will come to you for comment, okay? You okay?
No, I'm okay. I'm confused with the address. That's it.
The address, okay.
That's the land, the open land for the police station, but
That's
this is belong
correct.
to the city, not to CRA.
Ah, okay, that's a very-
No, that's my point.
Yeah, they have an agreement with the city. I believe they have an agreement with the city, or working on an agreement with the city to lease the land from the city to activate this space.
Thank you for clarifying. Okay, let's go to the presentation, and then we will open it up to the board for additional discussion.
Good evening. Keon Williams. I need to state my address. Like normal.
Yes,
Yeah.
not here? No?
Right here.
Go for the presentation.
Yeah.
Yes.
1253 Northwest Second Avenue. Excuse me, I'm just coming back from cold, so a little. This project here is a conversation that we've been having for a while, but just give you the particulars of what we currently do and why we're wanting to bring it here to Opa-locka. The urban, which currently exists right now in Overtown, right off 10th Street and 2nd Avenue, is an outdoor venue space. It's about 58,000 square feet of space, which I'm the owner, in partnership with a developer to bring a lively activation to an area that was desolate. We've been operating there since 2017, and today we employ over 40 plus individuals on a consistent basis. There's probably another 17 local businesses that benefit as a result of us being there, in addition to their own employees that they bring on board. The concept is open air. And so it requires low impact, doesn't require heavy building, but it opens us up to be able to bring in different types of festivals, entertainment, concerts, you name it, into an area that will now begin to increase foot traffic, and begin to expose people to Opa-locka. We've done that in Overtown, and as you can see, well, if you haven't been to Overtown lately, you can see what's been going on around the area that we've been. We've been very catalytic to what is taking place. We've attracted other restaurants in the area, such as Red Rooster. We've also, and that's again with the support of the CRA that's been there. We've also have special ordinances put in place that would allow the noise ordinance and those things to be supported. And so again, this is for me as a small developer. This is about economic development at the end of the day. This is about putting people to work, putting businesses that are on the grounds for us to be able to tap into and use those local services, while at the same time bringing entertainment to an area. The last time I remember being not to this particular board, but a couple years ago, we were attempting to bring Carnival back to Opa-locka. This was a couple years ago, and we missed out on a really good opportunity to bring in the largest or the number one soca artist in the world, which is Marsha Montana. And when you think about Carnival, Opa-locka has its roots. Carnival. This is where the carnival was started here in Opa-locka, and we sometimes forget that history. And so we've been on a mission ever since to try to figure out how can we come to Opa-locka and bring quality entertainment to an area that desperately needs it, where we can jumpstart, be catalytic to this economic resurgence that we want to see take place here. And so that's in a short kind of what it is. We obviously are committing a lot of our own money to this project, and obviously we're here today because of the amount that we're asking for to assist with the infrastructure, because there's obviously a lot of things that need to be done initially. And like I said, we've had conversations in the past with different individuals. It's just something that we know it's not about a trial and error. We've already done it. We know it works. To give you an example of the type of headlines that happen as a result of when we come to a neighborhood. May 16th, we're bringing in R&B queen.
You really want to announce that right now when May 16th is the Arabian Nights Festival?
But we gonna take it. We gonna take it. Our brothers on the
Fine.
other side, they doing. We gonna take it. I wanna know who you bring. Who is?
Absolutely. Yeah. And but this is a little bit later.
Bring it to the festival. Bring her over to the
Yeah.
festival.
You know, but you know, when you think about music, when you think about the celebration of our culture, right? Music goes hand in hand with that. We're bringing in the queen of R&B, Mary J. Blige. She's coming to Overtown. Just think about that headline for it. She's coming Overtown. And that's what we do this for. We want to go in and change the narrative about neighborhoods that are often overlooked, left behind. As a kid, born and raised in Overtown, tell you many times, people would say, well, why are you doing this here? And I'm saying, well, why not? This is our backyard. And just like Overtown, Opa-locka is an area that, it's beautiful. It's a rich history. It has all of the things that we need to be able to push things forward if we just got a little help. So for us, we want to come here and do our part. And again, this amount that we're talking about here is, small compared to what goes on a regular basis. Like I said, the types of, and I kind of wrote this down because somebody told me to do this. When we talk about business, I think I heard a conversation about how does it help a lot, right, outside of these other things. And I just want to run off a few businesses to kind of get you thinking about how we work with local businesses. Friendly John's, Lansdale Handyman Group, Eco Green Cleaning Services, Zen Lighting Services, Xavier's Sound and Lights, Pete's Turf Solutions, Raw Architecture Services, Top Bartending Services, Urban Venue Cleaning Services, Top Shelf Catering Service, Weiss and Sorrell, Turner Accounting, Jethro Accounting Services, Tropical Eyes, Hybrid, Headliners, Almighty Security Services, Urbanlandia Digital Marketing Service, and Triton Insurance. These are locals. These are businesses. You own the business. You work directly with the people who are with us. And so we imagine coming here to Opa-locka would be the same thing. Same conversations. And again, putting people in a position to win. And obviously, if they win, Opa-locka wins.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. I want to make sure
That-
Board Member Bass was your questions.
No,
Okay,
that's fine.
beautiful.
Madam-
Any other questions? Oh, Board Member Irvin?
I don't have a question, just a comment. I want to say thank you for thinking about Opa-locka. We do need a little excitement, a little excitement in our lives. I've threatened to do it for years at a parking lot that I own. Because we do, and I've always got to bring Opa-locka back to life. I grew up in Opa-locka where during the time that a DJ would pull up and just start playing music, and before you know it, you have everybody out having a good time and whatnot. So I do want to say thank you very much for thinking of Opa-locka. And I look forward to my colleagues feeling the same way and us doing what need to be done to have a little excitement around here. Thank you.
Any questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Comments? Board Member Santiago?
Thank you. To the gentleman.
Yes, sir.
Okay, uh, 2495 Alibaba is a property for the city.
Yes, sir.
Okay, to that item be in this agenda, Mr. Jason. Okay, the city administration already know about it, and they have a contract with you?
Yes, sir. We're in the
They
process.
have a contract black and white with you with this land?
Well, not assigned. We're in the process of going through to get it signed.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
In that case, I mean, just like we discussed before with everybody else, you guys are giving me the approval to go into a grant agreement negotiation with this group. Okay? When we go into that grant agreement negotiation, when we put in the particulars that we want, what we're gonna pay for, all that stuff. This is different from Randy's thing because this is a site improvement. What's it called? Possession of site control is number one. So we won't sign a grant agreement for the address listed in this resolution unless there's site control. So even though you approve this now, if you approve this now, and we start negotiating with them for the grant agreement, if they don't have site control, we don't do an agreement. Just to be clear. And if they say, well, we didn't get site control on this site, we want to use the money on another site that we found, in that case, they have to come back to you with another resolution for the proper address. But we won't sign a grant agreement unless the city has signed the lease with them and they've signed the lease and everybody's in agreement, just so that the board is aware.
Thank you.
okay, well, for finalize and then go to the vote. Okay, what kind of activity you say that you're gonna bring out there?
So just to give an example, there's different types. So we're-
Different type, yeah.
yes, we're talking about from food festivals to small concerts. On the regular, as a part of the opening, we're talking a food hall. Several food truck vendors and small market operators being available on a daily basis to be available. That's great.
Oh, okay, well, that's a good idea, you know.
Yeah.
Bring Zona live to Opa-locka in that empty lot that we have there for a long time. For we voting, you know, to be sure that we got the grams, but like he said, they have a process and a problem with me. I hope you can go through, okay?
Thank you.
So with no other comments, let's call the question.
Board Member Bass,
Yes.
Board Member Irving,
Yes.
Board Member Santiago,
Yes,
Board Member Taylor,
I want to vote no because he having his concert on the same day as the Arabian Nights Festival, and I don't appreciate that. So
Like he didn't do his
Can I
research,
say-
right?
Oh, sorry. Yes, yes.
Vice Chair Williams.
Yes,
Resolution has passed.
thank you.
Can I say one thing? Thank you all for your time this evening. And Mayor, I apologize for that. It just, she was here in the city and we had to strike while the opportunity was there. And that's what we will do for Opa-locka when we have people in town.
Well, tell her to just come.
Oh,
Tell her
boy.
to come, just swing by. We'll put her on stage. Just swing by. Just swing by.
You know,
We'll put her on stage.
so we're excited that you have this space because next time, or hopefully you will have the space because next time it will be here. So we are looking forward to 2027.
There we go.
How about that? How about that? Okay, with that, I would like to get approval of the minutes. I want to go back to item number 6 and get approval of the minutes from I've got okay. Let's call it.
Board Member Irving,
Yes.
Board Member Bass, Board Member Taylor,
Yeah.
Board Member Santiago, Vice Chair Williams.
Yes. Mr. Manager, you've got a couple of discussion items here.
Very quickly, literally 3 seconds. We have purchased those 2 properties. That's it.
But there's 3 properties here.
We purchased 3 then.
Okay, got it. Okay, beautiful.
And
Any-
you closed completely? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
We the ball site, and we noticed we put a coat of paint on there just so it could look a little better while we own it. But the idea is to tear it down and turn it into a parking lot that could support the restaurant. By the way, the restaurant RFP went out and it closed. Unfortunately, we didn't have any responsive bidders, meaning people were interested. They just didn't fill out the response to the RFP in the correct way, so they were not accepted. So what we're doing now is we are talking to the procurement department to open the RFP up again, because I've spoken to 2 of the vendors that they say, hey, we submitted something, but it wasn't the right way. It wasn't submitted in the right form following the RFP. So if we can open it up again and allow them another 3 weeks to respond, maybe we'll get them and more people that would look at it. But right now, we had 0 responses from RFP. The other development that we purchased, which is the blue convenience store in the Triangle, and the lot next to that, we're working on a development plan for those 2 lots as well. And that's it for me.
Okay. Any more?
Hosting a concert on the Arabian Nights Festival in the open lot.
Fun.
Any board comments?
Just comment.
Board Member Irvin.
Comment to this.
Oh, do you want to comment on that? Go for it.
No, I would just, is it time for us to
Yes,
start
it's
comments?
yes, regular board comments.
Okay. I have a history of picketing, and I've done it right here in front of this building. If I don't get my splash pad, me and all the kids from Shabundy will be out here holding picket signs that we want. Where's our? Come on.
Okay.
Do I need to go out and fundraise the money myself? Just be honest with me. Tell me what I need to
No,
do.
actually, I mean, if you know, you know this, that we have budgeted for the splash park. The 2 years that I've been here, every year the splash park has been in the budget.
Right.
I don't run the parks department. I can, if you want a splash park, all I'm saying for you to do is talk to the parks director, find out where you want to put the splash park, find out where you want to buy the splash park from, how you want to procure it, and all we do is just transfer the money
Right.
over to the parks department so that they can purchase it. But I can't tell you, I can't go out there and buy it for you and place it for you. And
I got that. But the last conversation we had about the splash pad was it had to be put on hold because we didn't have the money because we were doing something else. So I never got the call back that said, hey, go ahead and move forward so that we can make this happen. So you're telling me now we can move forward with getting the splash pad, or we're back at
no,
see, there we go.
no, you didn't let me finish.
Oh.
You didn't let me finish. So unfortunately, Madam Board Member, we did budget for the splash park this year again in October. And I think you missed our last meeting, but at our last meeting, or maybe the meeting before that, we had to do a budget amendment again because the numbers that we received in terms of what we were carrying forward, it was off by a lot. It was off by almost $1 million. And so in order for us to balance the budget, we had to cut a lot of things out of the budget. So what I would recommend is that just the same thing that we just did here. What I would recommend is that we've been talking about this for 2 years, as you say. We sit down with the Parks Department, with the manager. We source out the splash park. We see where we're getting it from. Do all that stuff now. Let's start doing that right now, so that when October 1st comes around, all we have to do is, just like we do with him, is transfer you the money immediately so that it gets paid for. But unfortunately, we were ready to do that during this budget season. But when we found out in December that your carryover is not your carryover, we had to come back in January and figure out where we cut money. And unfortunately, the low-lying fruit, we had a grant for the police department was 150. We had to cut that. We had the parks department. We had 250 grant for that. We had to cut that. We had to cut back on our commercial rehab program. We had to cut back to add up to $900,000. So right now, unfortunately, because of an error, not on our fault, we had to cut that particular line item for the splash park. But as if like we did with this gentleman, if you all want to start working on it now and pricing it out now, and when we do have the money on September 1st, on September 30th, have the new budget guy just do a transfer from our account to your account to pay for it.
Chair,
Yes.
to Commissioner Irvin, my suggestion is just work with the city manager and bring forth legislation on the commission side to have her to take all necessary steps and to work with the CRA to bring a splash pad to the city of Opa-locka.
Perfect.
Sounds
And
good.
then once that passes, you can pass that resolution on to the CRA, bring it to us, and
Perfect.
go from there.
But it's not for lack of listening to you, ma'am, because I just want you to know we do listen. And there's no need for you to protest, because we do listen, and we put it in the budget as a line item every year. The year before, it wasn't used.
So I'm going to move over to Board Member Bass, who has a comment.
Well, just two questions quickly. You mentioned the 3 properties that we just acquired. I just wanted to know, do you know off the top of your head how many properties we have? And the other question is, you said that the applicants did not complete the paperwork or do it correctly. Is there like a workshop or something that we have in place or will have in place to make sure that it's done correctly?
Yes,
So
we
you
will
don't
do
have
that
to-
this time.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And we have, so I'm going to name you generally how many properties we have, but one property, for example, like the church, for example, the church actually has four folios. So that would be considered 4 properties, but we're going to consider it 1. So the church, the pink building here,
That's actually 2 folios
that's
as well.
actually 2 folios as well, because it's the restaurant behind it. There's a park over by the Cultural Arts Center where the Kaboom Park is. We own a piece of land sandwiched between the city and the CDC. We own a piece of land there that we purchased. Behind the block behind that block is the 2 of these sites here, which is the Blue Convenience Store and and a vacant piece of land.
2100 Lincoln and 2100 or 2105 Washington, I believe.
And 2145 Alibaba is a small one on the next to the Cultural Arts Center. And these 2 over here, is that it? That's it.
Wow. That's a lot of progress. And how long have you been with us?
Oh no, I apologize. We also have 14401
Oh yeah.
and 14441 Northwest 27th, the old
you
Chinese restaurant and the ball appliance building.
Yes, Board Member Irvin.
I think my colleagues may know, if not, people that know me know that I dreaded coming to CRA meeting when I first got elected, because we were doing absolutely nothing for a very long time. And the fact that Mr. Walker came into our lives and have changed this whole thing of gives me hope for the CRA. Now, when we first started the meeting, and I think you read the first thing that you read, it said interim. Are you ready to not be interim? Because I would like to.
Oh boy, you're opening up a whole can of worms here. What is?
Should we have this conversation sidebar? Because I'm telling you, for years and years and years and years, the CRA was stagnant. For years, before I became elected, go to a CRA meeting, nothing, if we even had a meeting, but it still existed. And what you have managed to do, seriously, in these last 2 years you've
Yeah.
been with us is amazing. And I would like to keep you here. So
I love it.
Board member, for anyone who can't speak for themselves, I think the board members should,
I got it. Thank you. Say less.
Okay, and so with that, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move it.
Thank you, guys.
I'll second, move and second.